Welcome back to the Grapple Travel Show, a travel show for grapplers. I am going to give you a rundown of the things that I've done on the bus since last summer, which is not a lot. So bear with me, but it's not going to take long. I purchased a bunch of steel sheet for the floor. I fiberglassed some damage on the roof in the corner there. There'd definitely been an accident there at some point in the past. I also removed all the old sealant from the gutters that run along the top of each side of the bus. Cleaned it out and managed to reseal. Unfortunately, just yesterday I discovered that there are leaks appearing again, and when I went up onto the roof to check out what was going on, I noticed that all that sealant that I put in last summer was all coming away from the edges. Rainwater has just been sitting in those gutters. I'm trying to just deal with the fact that it needs to all be done again, but before I start that job I need to cover the bus somehow. So now I'm looking at building some kind of shelter over the bus using maybe scaffolding. What else did we do? We welded in a bunch of new metal, and we also welded in new framework for the underfloor storage, like water tanks. I found a new mechanic because I had one and then he left the project. For a while I had no mechanic, and that was really putting a big stop on stuff. But then I found this new guy. He's replaced calipers, bump stops, brake hose, suspension tanks, and more stuff at the back there. Those are all things that I didn't know even existed until I bought this bus, but there you go. We need to get the engine started because we tried and failed to actually start the engine. So the next step is to get a guy in to come and plug into the diagnostics and actually work out what is going wrong. I also bought a bunch of marine ply, so that is the wood that's going to go on top of the steel on the floor, and we put all these heavy bits of ply in stacks in the bus, which has been great because it's given us something to actually walk on when we're in here, because before that we were just walking around on the framework and it was a little bit dangerous. In fact, 3 of us have all fallen through at one time or another. Luckily only had minor injuries. There's a little update. It's not a lot. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this episode, this first official episode of the Grapple Travel Show, and I will see you in the next video. I'm here at Wave in Chiswick. Let's go check it out. Wave BJJ is located under the underground arches between Stamford Brook and Turnham Green tube stations, just off Prebend Gardens. When you walk in the front door, there's a small reception area on your left, a seating area in front of that, around 11 by 5.5 metres of beautiful flexi-roll mats, one unisex toilet, and the stairway leading up to the changing rooms upstairs. At the top of the stairs on the left, there's a good-sized women's changing room, and to the right of that, the larger men's changing area, which looks out over the mats. I love this foliage-covered arched window at the back, letting in all this natural light, and the frequent rumble of the trains running overhead. It's features like this that make each gym so unique.
Jump over.
The training at Wave is pretty traditional, with a general warm-up of solo drills, followed by demonstrations of techniques which are then drilled. And then some positional sparring.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One's out.
They do have a few no-gi sessions on their schedule, but they've consciously chosen to concentrate more on the gi. So the majority of their classes are gi, but in their open mats, it's the student's choice.
Blue belts.
And perhaps not seen quite as often in other gyms is the warm down stretching session at the end of the class while Lorenzo gives any announcements that he has. Then their lineup is the old handshake sneak. And then the open mat starts. They have a women's only class on Saturdays, and they have early morning classes on Mondays and Thursdays, lunchtime classes or open mats every day of the week, and evening classes Mondays to Thursdays. I'm here with Lorenzo. In case you're wondering what the rumbling noise is that will happen occasionally, it's because we are in the arches under the underground. So we've got trains running literally above our heads quite frequently, but hopefully it'll just be a little rumble in the background and you can still hear us talking. Also, his students are still training in the background there, so you'll hear the timer. When and how and why did you start martial arts in the first place?
I fell into it. I was at university and I was kind of like drinking and partying and going to the gym, attempted to go to the gym, and I didn't enjoy the gym, and I was, what can I do instead? Like there was no sports to play or anything like that, so I tried Krav Maga first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Krav Maga class was at Roger Gracie Academy, and so I decided to try Jiu Jitsu.
So you are a Roger Gracie black belt?
Yes.
Do you still train with Roger sometimes?
Not anymore, not so much anymore. So
Too busy running your gym?
I'm too busy running my gym. I train here with the guys, and I don't know, it's too crowded for me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lovely gym, and there's lots of great coaches and great people to train with, but I can't take the crowds.
You've had this gym for quite a few years now.
Yeah.
Your gym is quite full, you have a lot of students. What's the plan?
So we're looking at a few spaces in the area.
Right.
So we're looking at a few bigger gym spaces. And seeing what we can do. I want to kind of have everything in one space. The goal is to have mainly jiu-jitsu, but also have like a functional fitness gym.
Right.
Maybe a yoga studio, so we can kind of cover all the bases.
This channel is about travelling and training, so what are your thoughts? I know you have a link with Globetrotters.
Yes,
also.
yeah.
You're a Globetrotter affiliated gym, right?
Yes, we are, yeah.
Have you been an instructor on one of the camps?
At the beginning I was instructor on the Danish camps.
Right, I thought that was the case, yeah.
Austrian camps. I like to travel and train. We have a sister gym in Germany, in Bavaria.
Right, your black belt.
Yes, yeah, so we go there once a year with the guys.
Oh, that's
and we
awesome.
train there and we drink lots of beer. And then I've been to Malta, there's a nice gym there called Avant-Garde. I train with them, I taught a class there. Yeah, I love travelling and training. And then Bangkok was great as well. I went to Phuket as well. Was it the year after? I think the year after I went to Phuket.
Right.
And that was great as well.
What is your drop-in policy, like your kind of
So if you come from abroad, you can get a week free training. So if you come and visit,
awesome. Regardless of whether you're a Globetrotter member or not. Yeah, cool. So it's just a general policy.
I mean, people force their money on me. I'm like, no, please, you can't pay for the week. But generally, yeah, we like guests. And on Sundays we have an open mat. It's a public open mat. That one's only £5, and we get guests from all over London coming to train with us.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they keep coming back because of the vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, we're lucky with the vibe. I mean, it's me as well, but the students, make it happen as well.
Yeah, for sure. But it is top down. I think like that you attract a certain student. So
I'm beginning to believe that more and more. Yeah. So it's
getting old and wise.
Exactly. Yeah. It's me. it's all me.
You, Lorenzo. So just to finish up, so there's always a section where I'm going to talk about some cool things to do in the local area, the very local area.
Okay.
So we're not talking London because we're in London. London's massive. There's tons to do, but in this very local area, things that are not jiu-jitsu related that you enjoy doing.
Okay, so food-wise, we
can do food too.
So there are a lot of pubs in the area. We have a lot of great pubs. We've got the Roebuck pub, we've got the Raven pub, which is our closest local, so we go there a lot. We have the best pizza apparently in the world in Chiswick, in Turnham Green, Napoli On The Road.
Napoli On The Road, cool.
Yep. And apparently he got voted the best pizza in the world. I don't know who decides that.
I love that.
But, so we got that. Accolade. Yeah, we got the Chiswick Gardens, Chiswick House, Parks and Grant.
Right, yeah.
Which is really nice as well if you want to go for a walk.
Beautiful.
We have food markets, we have antique markets, we have a nice gym next door, W6 gym, which is great. And also there's Forge Warehouse Gym, which I go to in the mornings for like a functional fitness workout, which complements us very well, and they're great. They help me out a lot.
Well, thanks very much. I think we've covered everything.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really appreciate that. Thanks very much, Lorenzo.
Thank you.
I'll be back.
I'm 9 months in now, loving every second of it. I've walked past for years, and then 9 months ago finally took the deep dive and came in, and I haven't looked back since. And my body is starting to be able to do 3 or 4 times a week now. I'm getting more and more into it. First 6 months you're just figuring everything out. Body's getting used to all the bruises, and but then after a while it's just so much fun. And you just start getting used to it, and I can now come 3-4 times a week without getting injured, which is, for my age, brilliant.
I think it's under 3 years, about 3 years maybe. Such a good place, it's high level, quite skilled, but they're so relaxed. On Lorenzo's website it says, we know how busy London life gets, so we don't care if you're late. That's the reason I signed up.
7 years.
Wow, you're a purple belt, right?
Yeah.
And how do you find this gym compared to your gym in Toronto?
It's very different. It's a lot smaller. The gym in Toronto our women's group was probably 40 people. So it was a really big group, but I like the smaller scale, more people, and you get to train with everyone, so that's cool.
I just moved to London actually, and I still don't have a gym where I train like regularly.
What's the gym in France that you were training at?
So it's in a small town near Strasbourg called Saverne, and it's like a judo gym that does also like a couple Jiu Jitsu classes a week. At the moment I don't have too much time to train, so like for example here the open mats, it's the perfect thing for me to just be able to come like on Sundays and just train a bit and then like be set for the week.
From Social Jiu Jitsu in West London. From about the summertime I've been coming quite regularly every Sunday. Nice environment, nice people. You get to train and practice some of the things you've been learning throughout the week.
You also went to a jiu-jitsu gym when you went on holiday to Cyprus, was it?
Yeah, so Top Fighters Gym in Cyprus, and yeah, it was really good, nice atmosphere. There was people from that were on holiday as well that were doing the same thing, and we managed to do no-gi, very hot, so 2 or 3 times the heat here, but it was really good, and I plan to do that in the future, so travel with jiu-jitsu.
London is absolutely huge and full of thousands and thousands of cool and interesting things to do on any given day of the year. But in the very local area to the gym, walking distance, here are just a few that I recommend. The gym is just a 5-minute walk from the River Thames. With paths on either side that are perfect for walks and jogs, runs or bike rides. You'll also find plenty of pubs and coffee shops and cafes along the water's edge too. This is actually a great spot to watch the annual Oxford and Cambridge boat race. And even though the Oxford team were sick this year with E. coli poisoning from the dirty water, these geese seem okay. Every Sunday there's a street market on the high road which alternates antiques, both faux and real, with food and arts and crafts stuff. There's also a place on the opposite side of the road that's open every day and has been running since 1978. The Old Cinema Antiques. It's 3 floors of home decor, furniture, furnishings, jewellery, records, knickknacks and bric-a-brac. This multi-award-winning pizzeria is run by Chef Michel Pasquarella. He was voted Best Pizza Chef in the World last year, and his restaurant's been voted Best Pizzeria in Europe several years running, including a few months ago for 2024. They change up their menu every 3 months to keep in line with seasonal produce. And they have plant-based cheese too. We ordered takeaway and we ate at my friend's place nearby. And I can't say how good the normal pizzas are, but the plant-based one was phenomenal. The gym is located in a pretty fancy part of London. There's fancy parks and fancy markets, fancy bookshops, fancy coffee shops, and a lot of fancy restaurants. Even the charity shops here are fancy. But don't let all this neighbourhood opulence colour your opinion of the gym, which is obviously perfectly nice, but it's just a good, standard, down-to-earth place run by great people. Lorenzo is such a chilled guy, he's very approachable, great attitude to running a high-level and super friendly gym. So if you're in the area, drop into any of their classes or visit on a Sunday for the famous open mat.
Obrigado.